Nobody wants Hillary Clinton to be president, except for a few people in the Democrat Party, maybe some that she's paying, but that's not stopping her and Bill from trying to wriggle their way back into the political spotlight. The failures of the Biden administration have created a power vacuum in the party. And according to Politico, the Clintons, quote, don't want to be pariahs anymore. What better time than now to reinsert themselves into the scene? Even though Hillary lost in 2016, her delusional arrogance is still causing her to cling to the hope that there's one more comeback left in her. Joining me now is Josh Slocum, host of Disaffected podcast, along with Tammy Bruce, Fox News contributor. I'm going to start with you, Tammy. Even I'm surprised that Hillary wants to get in, and I'm even more surprised that Bill Clinton is backing her on this. I mean, I know she's a narcissist, but come on.
Well, there's no real way to know if Bill likes this idea or not. I think he was very uncomfortable during the 2016 race, as you might imagine, with the issues that came up. But I think that this is a reflection of why she lost 2016 in the first place, Rachel, is that she felt she was beyond it all, that she was above it all, that she could do what she wanted, that she was entitled to something. She still hasn't grasped the fact that it's not just that she was the worst candidate in American history, but that her own party really didn't want her. And that is a difficult thing to deal with when you've been protected most of your political life, when you've seen your husband be protected and get away with so much, and promises being made. And of course, she's in a business where promises mean nothing, and she's dealing with the worst people among us. So it is about narcissism. It's about malignant narcissism. But more than anything, it's about an issue that many politicians have in the system, that they think this country is a company that they own and that they deserve to have the things they want. And I think one of Donald Trump's biggest gifts of his many to this country was defeating that woman.
Yeah, I think a lot of our viewers would agree with that. Josh, I've been very interested in your podcast, Disaffected, because you talk a lot on your podcast about what you call an epidemic in our country, in our culture, and you call that unbridled female narcissism. I'm assuming you see Hillary as Exhibit A, but there are others, right?
Oh, yeah. And I think what we talk about on the show, I think that we have an epidemic of narcissism across the board, males and females. We're living in that world. But right now, it seems to me like female narcissists are getting a pass to enact bad behavior in public that men would not get away with. And I think we see it in Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We may see it in Hillary Clinton. Once you get to this level of political dynasty, I mean, we've just got a narcissism problem across the board. But yes, we have talked about this a lot on Disaffected.
Yeah. Tammy, Josh brings up AOC. I mean, there was nothing more narcissistic than her last week saying, if you disagree with me, you just want to date me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing.
Woman. Yeah, that's a woman who has clearly been told things by people that she believes. Whether it's the fact that she says that unemployment was low with Trump because people had two jobs. I mean, there's a strangeness in her lack of grasp of the reality of the situation. So she's told things by people who also don't know what they're doing, much like Joe Biden, of course. But in the meantime, you look also at Marilyn Mosby of Baltimore, facing now federal charges, of course, on issues regarding filing for a loan application and claiming that she had COVID-19 financial impact when she didn't, in order to take out get a loan for homes in Florida. Sure. Everybody seems to go to Florida, of course, these days. But this kind of narcissism, this kind of belief you can get away with stuff, is based in, again, a system in politics that protects wrongdoing. It's like everybody's got their finger on the button, and everybody has to protect everyone else. And I think many are shocked from the Clinton generation on down that those rules are changing, and they do not like it. And what we see in part is like big tech censorship. They don't want this conversation. They don't want to feel like they're just like everyone else.
Yeah. Well, you're right, Josh. Tammy, we're running out of time, Josh. I want to tell everybody to check out your podcast, Disaffected. Tammy, Josh, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right.